A very good morning to you. Welcome back to K24 This Morning. Now, if you're just joining us, you've come in at the exact right time, especially if you're a person who's in a relationship and you're planning to get married. Now, we've been doing this series for the last couple of weeks, and today I think we're coming to the tail end with a bang. Why? It's because last week when we were with Jennifer Karina, she promised that she was going to bring her better half, and that is none other than Mr. Bob Karina, the Vice Chair of the Nairobi Securities Exchange. But he's not here as an investment banker. He is here as a husband and as a father. Now, these two guys have been married for the last 42 years. So what is the recipe that has kept them together? Is it love? Is it kuzoeana? I mean, we want to understand it, and that is why I'm saying karibu tena sana to the show. Jennifer, karibu. Bob Karina, welcome very much, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
You look absolutely dashing. You need to introduce me to your tailor. Not that mine is failing me, but I think I need an
You're looking very well.
Asante tena sana. All right, so we've been with Jennifer here for a couple of days, and she's been absolutely amazing. And before we go any further, I just want to rope in the audience into this conversation by asking you the question of the day. It's a very simple one, but I need your answers on this one. What should a marriage be built on? What should a marriage be built on? Let's be as honest as we can. Find us through our social media pages. That is at K24 TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also text us on 21222. Call us on the numbers on your screen. We would absolutely love to hear from you. So, Jennifer, I'll start with you. Ladies first, as they say.
Thank you.
What should a marriage be built on?
A marriage should be built on a foundation of trust. A marriage should be built on a foundation of aligned values.
Okay.
A marriage should be built on sound emotional stability.
Okay.
Because if you're not emotionally stable,
Yes.
you will not be able to withstand the pressures
All right.
of marriage.
The part about emotional, you said emotional what?
Emotional stability.
All right, so emotional stability. When we meet someone, and this happens especially with us young guys, and I'm speaking from experience because I've experienced this over and over and over. When you meet a person for the first time and they're looking beautiful,
True.
This is a lady, you've met her, and she's looking, mwah, she's pretty, she's what your mom described, and you're thinking, I think this is the woman of my life. And at that particular time, your emotions are high. The dopamine you were talking about last week, you're feeling energetic and you're feeling, she makes me feel amazing. I feel good every time I wake up. I think I'll marry this chick. And probably this is a month into the relationship.
True.
Isn't that emotional stability?
Well, basically what happens is there's that dopamine season where you really cannot make the wise decision.
Okay.
And that is why you need a courtship period.
All right.
And within the courtship period, you are really not alone. You are mentored through the process, and you have a mentor couple who walk with you this journey.
Right.
As you continue courtship, you get to see the strength of a person or the weakness of a person.
Okay.
If you are emotionally unstable, it will not take too long for you to identify the weaknesses.
Okay.
Why am I saying this? One of our greatest challenges in this day is mental health. Mental health is a big one.
I agree.
But we have a way of giving excuses by simply saying, you know, my partner is such a wonderful person, but they just have some very serious mood swings. When they are mad, they are really mad. Instead of actually taking interest in identifying what the real problem is and being in denial. So if you marry someone who's emotionally unstable, then you begin the marriage on the rocks.
Okay. Mr. Karina, let me ask you this, because from one gentleman to another, do you think as guys we make our marriage-based decisions on emotions, or we are more of the logical individuals? You marry just because it's time to get married, it's time to get children, you need to provide grandchildren for your parents. Generally as men, do you think we make decisions based on our emotions or something totally different?
I think to some extent, yes. We make decisions based on our emotions. But you see, depending on the age at which you get married, you have different ways you look at the wife you would want to have.
All right.
And what they should have with them that will make you feel complete.
Okay.
the younger you marry, the less requirement you need. Or you feel, you don't even put a list of requirements when you're young. But as you grow a little older, you start now putting things which probably were not so important to you earlier. And actually, the older you get, the more difficult it gets. And that's why probably you've noticed that the older people getting married, or after a certain age, people take longer to get married. Yes. Because you see, now they have a huge list of things that they wish. Need. And on top of that list usually is this girl really, okay, I love her, and she's very nice to me, but you start doubting. Is it that they are looking for something that I have? Is it me they want, or is it what I have? Instance, So when that comes in, then those emotions step in and kick in. But now, to give an example like now ourselves, when we got married, there were no actually any stated requirements. You fall in love, that girl is very good, like you said, and you want everything about that girl. You don't even care much about many other details, where she comes from. In fact, like when I met Jenny, I didn't know where she came from. Really? No. I mean, you come to know those things later. Yes. But now, that's when we found, in fact, luckily, she comes from the same county as me. But before that, you don't even know who is the father, who is the mother, who is the sister, because you are very young, you don't need those. But the older you get, where does she come from? And in fact, as we grow older, what we were told by our parents, the girl lineage, the family lineage from where the girl comes from, must be checked properly. You must investigate. Yes, do some due diligence. Did you investigate? No, Jenny? See, I'm saying now us. I was saying on our case, I didn't even know who her sister, her mother, or anything. I saw a girl, she had everything I wanted. Okay. So then that's what you want. Now, later on, maybe you learn other things. But you see, culturally, we were supposed to follow up and find out, does this girl's family lineage has anything to do with diseases? Okay. Do they get crazy mental problem? Witchcraft? Those things. Those ones. Even if she's so happy, beautiful and anything, they'll tell you, no, this is not the girl that you will marry. Yes. But now, and that's what I'm saying, like now our case was easy. Yeah. We meet, we hit on, and fall in love. The things now start. The parents consented because they had known the families that these are stable families. But there's something he has mentioned. People get, when people meet at an early age, things are a bit easy, but when you get older, of course, question marks arise. Yes. What do you think is the right age to get married? I would say that right age, I'm not sure there is the right age, because it depends on circumstances. Number one, how mature are you? Because you can be 20 years old and you're more mature than a 25-year-old. True. But I would say that it's very dangerous for a man to get married before the age of 25. Dangerous for a man? For a man. Okay. A woman, even at 18, can be married, and what basically happens, you know, you kick into motherhood and you're so busy. Yeah. But the guy to take on responsibility of being a husband is not child play. However, it doesn't matter what age that you are in. If you choose to get married, what you need is guidance to understand what is marriage, what am I getting into, how can I thrive in this situation. But at the best case scenario, in my opinion, I think people should be married from the age of 25. Okay. Yes. For at least the man anyway, 25. At least the man. Because I mean, once you hit 18, you're of legal age. As long as you have ID, ni sawa. You know, okay. Yeah. For you guys, again, let me throw this back to Bob. For you guys, what do you think, looking at marriages of today that are failing, and by today I mean, of course, our marriages, as the young guys, we are jumping from woman to woman in the name of marriage and finding love. What are some of the things in your time you saw red flags and you avoided, and you aligned yourself, but you brought yourselves back in line? Some of the things I would say, in our time, there is things that you would look for, like trust. Do you trust this lady? Is she honest to you? And what are the things that she does? What are her character? Her character, how is it?
Right.
And then how does she get along then with you, with your friends and the family, when she meets your family people?
Are you an easy person to deal with?
Very easy.
Really?
Very, very easy.
I mean, with all these accolades that you have, all these titles, I mean, obviously a busy person. Was she able to keep up with you, especially during your growth? Because I'm assuming she didn't find you as an investment banker.
No.
So was she able to keep up with your ambitions and your dreams?
That's a very good question, in the sense that what happens is some of our men, when they start growing, they grow and leave their wives behind.
Very true.
For me, if she can tell you, I'm the one who encourages her.
Yes.
And to some extent, she's now more known than I am, in the sense that I'm in investment world.
Right.
She's in relationship. In relationship, it affects everyone. True. Somebody in investment, a doctor, a cleaner, anyone is involved in relationships.
Right.
In investment, it's a few people who select whether to invest or not to invest. And then as it gets complicated, you get fewer people. So as you grow, then you could leave her behind.
True.
But you see now, the time we met as she was 20. No, we met when she was a teenager.
Yeah.
But when we got married, she was 20. I was 25. And let me tell you, from the beginning, the thing that we had not even thought about, which we see today, and she finds a lot of problems in that issue, is finances.
Yes.
Jenny, when I found her, she had just done her Form 4.
Right.
Even for me, I had only reached Form 4, but I was working. She was also working. And when we got married, we never discussed finance.
At all?
At all. It never, even up to today, we don't discuss about her salary or mine. She would bring me her whole envelope.
Yeah, of her money.
I never asked for it. She would come with the envelope.
Yes.
Bob, here is my money.
Anaiekelea kwa meza.
Yes.
Did you do the same?
No. See, okay. What happened, and I think where it started,
Yeah.
she met me when I was assisting my father to run a shop.
Okay.
It was a studio, a photographic studio. And then I think she got confidence in the way my father had entrusted me with the shop.
Okay.
So she knew I knew something about finances. So she would bring me the envelope. And one time when I went out to study, and she was left, and we got the first child, because in a year after marriage, we got the first child.
Okay.
And I had to leave. So I had to leave her checks.
Of your money?
Of the monthly allowances. So she would bank the money in my account, then I would leave her some allowances which would keep her going for the time I'm not there.
Did he trusted you with all his finances, basically?
Well, no, he gave me a check that had an amount for a certain date. I didn't sign anything.
Okay.
My money went to the account, but he gave me what he thought
would keep her going
would
for
keep
the
me
time.
going, which was, of course, less than what I had invested.
Yes.
So trust, it came much later.
Where?
Today I sign all the checks.
Yes.
But before, he was signing, not me.
Yes.
But, you know, trust, I guess, is not created
As it
overnight.
goes along, then I started now letting her do or be part of the discussions, agreeing on what should be spent. So, and then from then, I can say, we have had financial issue, problems and challenges.
Right.
And one of the main things that really I can say has kept us going is talking to each other freely. By freely, communicating freely, in the sense that she can tell me anything and I can tell her anything. And we have taken that, we have extended that to our children.
Right.
And they feel, in fact, if I'm with my son or my daughter, you think we are, buddies. Buddies.
Yeah.
Because they'll tell me anything. Like, just to quote one, like, they would send me, when they grew older, to buy them their menstrual things. You know, a father.
Yes.
Some girls would not even dare let their father know they have such things.
Yeah, for some people it's
very like
taboo.
Taboo. So they would tell me anything. And therefore, we've made them feel free. They can communicate, and we've made it such that anybody who wants to say anything, they are not told, no, you're a child, you can't say things. So the same way with us. We communicate every day. We talk so many times.
I feel like what he's saying is that you guys have been buddies for days, because he says You guys met at a very young age,
Yes.
the teenage age. Then by the time now you guys decided, you know what, now we can get into marriage.
Yes.
You guys had been friends for a very long time. Doesn't it get boring, Jennifer?
Oh my God, it gets better by the day.
In fact, it started on a low note.
Yeah.
It started on a low note.
Yeah.
And probably that's what I would say is what has kept it going. When we met, I wasn't really sure. Okay, she was the best girl I could see.
Yes.
And I could have, but I was not sure. Is she really the kind of person
you want to be with?
who to be with? So I would say that when we met, unfortunately, she got pregnant before we married. Now, we didn't know what next. What do we do now? For me, I was just feeling she's gotten pregnant, then she should just go to hospital, get the baby out.
Yeah.
Now,
those were your first thoughts?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Now, it started showing. Now she's having problems with her parents. Then she was loved by my siblings, especially my sisters and everyone, my friends, they liked her. So she went home, and then after a while, she was chased away by her mother.
Okay.
That they can't have two women living in the same house. So she was chased away. She went to live with a friend.
Okay.
Now, and I have not decided whether
that time
I want
you were
to marry.
still in
I'm
limbo.
not even thinking about marriage myself. Now, my sisters come and tell me, Bob, your girlfriend has been chased away from home. Why can't you marry her? I told them, how? I'm not ready for marriage.
Yeah.
I've never thought about marriage. Say, no, this girl is good. She has this, that. Then I told them, I've never dreamt, I've never imagined, and therefore never ready for it.
Right.
So eventually, even my brother, a step-brother, these discussions continued, and you see she's still growing.
Yeah.
He told me, because I was going back to study in Dar es Salaam.
Okay.
So he said, even if you are not there, I can step in for you.
Okay. In terms of the finances?
Marriage. No, marriage. Finance, we are not even discussing about finance.
Okay.
So when we said, I agreed now I'll get married, I gave her conditions. I will get married, but my life must continue. I must be with my buddies as I want. I must club.
As I want, or rather as I usually do?
Yes. Don't ask me where I've come from or where I'm going.
Yes.
And do you know what? She said, no problem. Whatever you want, it's okay. So we got married, and I left. I went back to Dar es Salaam.
Okay.
When our first baby was born, then she was born when I was not here. So when
you were still in Dar es Salaam at this
I was
time.
in Dar es Salaam. So I came, I found the baby. And then, so we started, I'm not sure, am I doing the right thing? In fact, I was thinking now, to me, marriage then was like death. I was looking at it that
So you still got in there and you were not
I got
sure.
in there not happy, but I'm the kind of person, if I commit to something, and I tell people, if you ask something and I say yes, I'm not maybe.
Yeah.
My yes is yes, and therefore once I get into something, I get myself
100%.
100%.
Okay.
Now, I was afraid no girl will ever say hello to me.
Because you have locked yourself. I mean, you've labeled yourself a married man. Did you notice all those things by the Jennifer? Like, did you see, like, what he's saying? He's not sure.
Yes.
You could see all this.
Well, he told me.
I told him.
He told me.
her.
Apart from the fact that, I mean, he told the usual things. Even we tell our ladies that Mimi, Friday nitaenda out na usinisumbue tafadhali. It's my money na nienda kukunywa pesa yangu. I'm still going to hang out with my buddies and so on and so forth. You knew all this and you were okay?
I wasn't okay.
Okay, just hold
But
that
he
thought, because
accepted.
we have Moses from Nyahururu on the line. Moses, good morning.
Good morning to you, Mbuvi.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, thank you, sir.
What is your question or comment?
Mine is a comment.
All right, please go on.
Where are those women like Madame must come on? They give you money?
Okay.
Me, I'm shocked.
Yes.
Like, you know, those are topics you don't even discuss. And when you raise those topics, hakuna kitu ingine. They are like, my money is my money, your money is our money.
True.
And then everything wana focusing in a pesa. Me, I'm shocked. That couple is awesome, but
Yes.
story do, hiyo ni treat wacha nikwambie tu. I wanted to ask them,
Please ask.
Okay, was it love that kept them together ama ni purpose? Unajua hizi vitu mbili ni tofauti wewe.
Okay.
You know, basing marriage as such a serious institution on a straw of something called love.
Yes.
Hii kitu fade wewe, hii kitu tembea.
Okay, Moses, thank you very much. You were answering part of that question actually, because despite the fact that he came and told you, mimi clubbing ni lazima, pesa yangu iko hivi na hivi na hivi, Dar es Salaam lazima nitaenda, and so on and so forth, but you still stayed there. What kept you there?
What kept me there was making a decision. And the decision I made was, I am going to stay in this marriage. I am going to enjoy this marriage. I will give him time to mature. I recognize he's still a young man. I do not wish for my child to grow up without a father. And so I'll give it the best shot I know how.
Okay.
He was a good man. I've never gone through abuse. He was caring, and so it was easy, not that I was unhappy. But the part that really hurt me was that as I grew up, I never went dancing. My mother always told me, a good girl stays home, waits to get married, and then her husband will take her out.
To the disco?
Yes. So I waited diligently for this drop-dead guy to take me out. But when I got married, he said, a good wife stays home,
at home
and takes care
of the family,
of the children.
Yes.
Now, what can I say? It helps to be young. You don't take life too seriously. I guess it helps to be young.
Okay.
You don't take life too seriously.
All right.
Number two, he was very good at compensating.
Okay.
All
So
right.
all his gallivanting was being compensated in a different way.
In a different way.
Hold that lot, because you have Kagwema. Kagwema, good morning.
Good morning, Buvi.
I'm quite fine, sir. How are you doing?
How are you, my dear? I need to comment on what is happening on the TV, yeah?
Please do.
And I want, first of all, to congratulate the wonderful couple, Karina and her husband.
Yes.
They're doing a good job.
Awesome.
I want to respond to the question you asked about the age, yeah? The right age to get married, eh? Karina, my colleague counselor talked about you can marry at an age from 25 when you are a man, eh?
Yes.
But I want to bring the perception that there's what you call the developmental crisis, eh? You see, when you marry somebody who is not in your developmental age, there are about to be challenges, of course. Eh?
Of course.
And for a woman, you have to look at the biological clock, because if you marry too late and maybe you are fit menopause, then if you want children, chances of getting children are quite a challenge, isn't it?
Yes.
So it's always good to take cognizance of the fact that where are you in the developmental crisis? If you are within 20 to 35, then you know what challenges are there, 35 to 45, and so on and so forth. Eh?
Okay.
So that if you are married because of getting children, then you need to have time to bring those children up if you are working. You might retire when your children are so young.
Yes.
So it's important to know when you are getting married. Eh?
Okay.
Second point I would like that one as a couple to focus on is that we are really looking at those young couples who are getting married. How about these couples who have lost their loved ones, maybe through divorce or death, like myself or my window, and I want to start a relationship? Do we need to focus on the same things that the young couple focus on? Eh?
Yeah.
Because we also want to start another right, because not our fault to be where we are. Eh?
Yes.
So I would really love them if they would focus on people would want to settle to have a second relationship maybe after the spouses are gone, and what particular things are supposed to be, because the dynamics are different from the young couples. Eh?
True, very true.
Thank you so much, Buvi. I wish you a good day. Thank you, and say hi to Jeff and the other idiot.
Nitawasalimia sana.
Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Kagwema. And in regards to the issues of widows and widowers, we shall definitely tackle that. I think that should be a topic by itself.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. But he has said some very interesting things about the development and, you know, when you retire and you become a widower and so on and so forth. We'll answer that in a minute. And as we also pick up from where we left, right now, though, we take a short break. When we return, of course, the question I asked you earlier on was very simple. You know, what should a marriage be built on? if it's meant to last? What is it all about? Especially if you're in one. These guys have been there for 42 years, yeah? What should a marriage be built on? Is it love? Is it purpose? Is it convenience? Please let us know on our social media pages. That sampling is definitely coming on in a few minutes. Right now, though, send Mbali na sisi.